Hello and welcome back to another Slay the Spire stream. I'm your host, Vegetablebread, and today we're going to be continuing our win streak with Watcher. On Monday we had a loss with Ironclad and then a technical win with Silent. We beat the Act 3 bosses, which means it's technically a win, although we died to the heart. And then yesterday we won by killing the heart with Defect, so we're on a 2-0 win streak from a rotating perspective. Also, our last two Watcher games were also a win. So we're trying to extend two different win streaks, both at 2 wins apiece. Hi chat, how's it going? Usually we're going for boss relic swaps here. Random common relic, card remove, or choose a rare card. Choosing a rare card is quite nice. We can get like an early establishment or a Ragnarok or call it Deva Form, Conjure Blade, a lot of good stuff to build around. Oh shoot, I was going to rename my channel points to loaves, but I forgot to do that, so I'll have to do that tomorrow. But usually a boss relic swap is the choice. Maybe we'd go for a random common relic if for some reason we're doing, or maybe we do a curse for a rare card if there's a early shop and we're required to go to 4 or 5 hallway fights before we officially. So let's see if that's the case. So we want to get 3 elites. We can do that on the right. Although this right path is a little bit scary because as soon as we go here, we're committed to all 3 elites. Also, there's only 2 fights before the first elite. One of these question marks is likely to be a fight. It's like a, I don't know, 40% chance or something. Other things we could do, fight this guy and then that guy and get 2 in the act. So I guess we are going to go to the right, or we could try and fight the Mega Elite. If we're going to fight the Mega Elite, we'd probably go through these question mark fires. Having your Mega Elite be your first elite, though, is really dodgy. So I don't think I want to do that. We probably just want to go right and hope that one of these question marks is a fight. And just do the standard boss relic swap. It's a tiny house. Well, that's not great. Let's see, Bowling Bash or Empty Fist are both great floor 1 picks. You like Bowling Bash? I think I like Empty Fist, particularly because we got the Eruption upgraded, so that sort of immediately says, hey, stance changing. Bowling Bash is quite nice though, especially in sentries. And with the strength pot. It's also good in hallway fights. Do we think we're going to get an upgrade before we fight first elite? No, that's not possible. We can get an upgrade before the second elite, possibly. Empty Fist has a great upgrade. That's the reason for wondering that. I think we'll take a Bowling Bash. It's better for hallway fights. We've already failed our cultist run. Fight a cultist on floor 1. Hopefully we get 3 strikes on the next hand, or way to exit. Can I get my Wrath back? No, but that's enough. That's exactly enough. Alright. 2 strength pots, that's weird. Got offered a floor 1 pressure points. It's probably the best time to pick pressure points. I actually had a pressure points deck that was decently successful recently. Made it to the Act 3 bosses. Had a little bit too many plans. It was kind of a deck going a lot of different directions. But you can make it work. I know that conclusively now. There was a path to victory with that deck. Maybe I try to follow that up here. The only reason I'd consider pressure points is because Nirvana and Crescendo are quite garbage. Crescendo would be a little bit better if I'd chosen the Empty Fist, but I didn't do that. And Nirvana is a do-nothing curse. I mean, if you're going to pick pressure points, you have to pick it early, right? Like, I would say pressure points is only viable if it's offered to you on floor 1. I think we're in a decent spot against Gremlin Knob. I mean, it's, you know, it's adding a card that's not useful, but we have an Eruption upgraded. We have 2 strike spots. I think we're fine. So I'm going to pick it. See if we can make it work. Might end up removing it. We are on a probable 3 elite path, so we don't need necessarily to trade health for power here. Yeah, I am going to keep trying pressure points until I can get it actually really working. Thanks for saving me the tab over to Sublime Text. Okay, so if we upgrade cards, it could hit pressure points, which is actually a huge upgrade. It looks like it's not a big one because it's only the number only goes up by 3. So the first time you use it, it does 3 more damage. But then the second time you use it, it has done 9 more damage. And the third time you use it, it's done a ton more damage. 21 more damage. What do you mean by mark? Are you talking about pressure points? Oh, you mean, yeah, because it applies mark, that's fair. I don't know if I agree that mark is a slow tank build. I don't know why you're saying that, in fact. It's an attack. What do you mean? I think I will fight the light, though. That helps us power up. Otherwise, we're kind of wasting this floor. We're also only fighting 2 elites before, or 2 hallway fights before the first elite. So it would be nice if one of these question marks give us some power. And this question mark is offering us that. It's also possible that one of the future question marks tries to heal us and can't because we're too close to full health. So we'll go for it. 2 strikes, okay. That's honestly not terrible. Alright, we'll go ahead and split, I guess just that one. And go ahead and call him. That's probably the wrong target, because he's the bigger threat. I just thought I was going to split both, so. I guess we'll just strike double defend. No reason to lose life here. This is probably lethal. He's at 27. We've got 9 plus 18 is 27. There you go. Wallop is available. Consecrate. Consecrate is normally sort of a must pick if you think you're going to go to AoE fights. We have a bowling bash for AoE fights. Pressure points is also technically AoE. Although you need kind of a lot of copies of pressure points before it starts feeling like AoE. Wallop is a really top tier card though. It's hard not to like Wallop. Okay, I'll grab Wallop. Alright, we are committed to all these attacks now, or all these elites. I guess I'll transform a strike, sure. Maybe I get another pressure points. Meditate. Well, that's kind of weird. We do get a third fight. I'm getting pressure points on this guy since we can't kill him. Yep, meditate pressure points is how the last pressure points deck worked. We ended up having establishment and meditate pressure points. I think the reason why it didn't work is because we had like the meditate establishment. Yeah, this boss swap was not a good one. We had the meditate establishment pressure points plan, but we also had like a talk to the hands kunai flurry of blows plan or something. So we just ended up getting pulled in a lot of different directions and did not end up winning. Let's see, what are we doing here? So we have 2 guaranteed strikes next turn. We're not going to be weak. Weak is going to wear off. So we can do 9 damage to him. Guaranteed. I did see that. Yeah, so I'll do a PSA to the 5 people who are here. Yeah, there is a fake Android Slay the Spire, but Slay the Spire is not out on Android. So Digital Char Meter and DPS Char have both expressed an opinion that Pressure Points needs a lot of block to function. DPS Char said it's more of a slow tank build, and Digital Char Meter says needs more passive block. But I don't follow that at all. It's Pressure Points. The only thing it does is it's a scaling damage plan. So like it doesn't provide you any block, but it doesn't really interact with your defensive plan at all. So I'm really not sure why people are saying that. I think we're playing Wallop, and if we play Bowling Bash, we do 10 damage, he goes down to 8. Our weak wears off and these hit for 9, so being able to kill Spike Slime this turn seems good. Okay, I guess we'll kill them both. Oh no, we won't. We can guarantee kill him next turn. Right. Well, our only attack option here is Windmill Strike, and this is the last card reward we have access to before we are fighting our first elite. I think we actually skipped this one. I'm not wild about Windmill Strike, at least since we don't have Establishment. And we're pretty good on attacks, I think, but I don't think we're super desperate. Hey, Sir Artemal, I'm doing well. How are you doing? Is that true? We got an Eruption plus, 2 Strike pluses, a Wallop, a Bowling Bash, and Pressure Points for damage. Seems like a lot of damage. Got an Empty Mind for stance changing. We didn't take that Empty Fist though, so I don't know if we're looking for that. Empty Mind does help us turbo through the deck and look for pressure points, which seems important. We also we have an extra Calm Enter with the Meditate. Ooh, nice. Veggie Chicken Burrito. Sir Artemal, could you tell me what motivates you to play Factorio? So there's a bunch of games that have sort of a similar motivation structure to Factorio. There's like Factorio and like Minecraft and like RimWorld and like No Moria and Dwarf Fortress and things like that, where it's sort of like a creative experience. And it's really tough for me to get into those. But people seem to enjoy them quite a bit. So I want to hear more about what motivates you to play it. What are your goal in Factorio? Are you trying to survive? Are you trying to launch a rocket and win or something? Yeah, Empty Mind's okay. I think we're skipping though. Okay. First elite, it is Lagavulin. No, I understand how the game works. I know, like, I understand the appeal of, like, oh man, I wanted to accelerate my widget production, and that made it so that iron was the bottleneck in my supply chain. But in order to facilitate that sort of, like, goal-based fun, you need to, like, have a goal. So I want to know what your goal is. But what makes you go play? Hey, First Aim, minus 100. Oh, I see, you're spending your points. 100 loaves, just to say 100 loaves. I'm calling them loaves even though they're not loaves in the channel yet. They will be soon. So we definitely want to stack pressure points in this fight. We have an opportunity to pressure points meditate now. So I think we go ahead and just wake him up. We have Wallop for block next turn. Do we drink a strength pot for the strike? Or do we try and save those? We've gotten 2 potions, and we've been in 3 fights, so our potion chance is up to 50%. Excuse me, which means we should probably drink a potion. So let's do that. We're gonna do at least 1. And I think just only 1 for now. I feel like maybe, okay, this is the last time I'm gonna ask, but I feel like maybe you're not understanding what I'm asking, right? So like, okay, you have an existing Factorio base, right? It's got a bunch of production lines. It's got, you know, little machines that are making like guns or something. They're turning your ore into ingots or whatever they're doing. But you have to have some like something in your head that says to you, okay, I want to expand over here, or I want to get that cobalt so I can like smith it together with this thing to make this like blue science thing or whatever, right? Like you have to have something that's like pushing you forward, and that's the question that I'm asking you. I'm not asking you about the process of playing the game. I'm asking you about like what the thing is that's making you do it. Okay, so we've played our pressure points. Do we double defend? So he's at 16. Exactly, yeah. So next time we pressure points him, he takes 24 damage and goes to 62. And then after that, he takes 32 damage. Yeah, 32 damage and goes to 30. So we need to do, I would say, probably 30 damage with strikes in the next 2 shuffles. Seems like we're getting there pretty easily right now, so I'll just double defend. Eruption Wallop Vigilance is fun. Is that enough? Do we have enough energy for that? We do. Alright. Doing Watcher stuff. Well, there's my 30 damage. We got pressure points to meditate again. So we should have lethal. Unless my math was wrong. It was not. Okay. So he ended up hitting us for 10. It's a pretty good Lagavulin fight. The boot. What a wonderful and glorious reward. All hail the tiny house boot start. Yikes. Well, it's a good thing we're playing Watcher. Swivel, we have a Wallop. We can take a Swivel. We want to be playing pressure points though, and pressure points... Actually, is pressure points good with Swivel? Because with pressure points, you can spend 1 energy doing damage without wasting your Swivel proc. So you can sort of have a way to trade your turn for damaging enemies, and then still wait for your Wallop or your Ragnarok or whatever for Swivel to hit. Kind of an interesting thought. Another thought is that I should exercise because this is a card reward screen. Yes, we are talking about what drives expansion in games like Factorio. What makes you want to play them? Are you trying to climb a tech tree? Are you trying to build a specific widget? Do you just want to see what is on the left side of the map? How many pressure points is too many pressure points? I would say 5. I think my limit is 4. 4 seems like a pretty good number. I could adjust that if we get like lots of scrying or something like that. A very thin deck with lots of card draw. Maybe 2 would be enough. Okay, I'm gonna read Sarah Animal's response. So the general end game is launching a satellite. Yep. Because most games are custom games, it becomes different for everyone. In my case, I make it so that resource points are scarce. Okay. Resources are also not big in area. but they hold a lot of resources in that one node. So you're still trying to launch a rocket, you've just made it harder for yourself? That's interesting. So you're constantly, the thing that drives your expansion is depletion. You're like, you need to get more resources because your existing stockpiles of resources are always running out. Makes sense. I'm going to skip this. I'm not that excited by Swivel, Crescendo, and Halt. I have an upgraded Eruption, so I guess I could argue for Halt, but I'm not going to. Okay. I would love to get an upgrade on the pressure points, but I don't know if I can fight 2 elites with 34 health. We have some good potions. It's not impossible. Hey, Rosty82, thanks for the follow. Yeah, I think we need to rest. Maybe we can get an upgrade at the next one. Expand into oil rigs with a train. That seems fun. Pressure points on turn 1 is a good way to start. I think we're going to drink a strength thought here too. So it's probably pressure points wallop. I guess strike does the same damage as wallop. So that's kind of unfortunate. See, you've glossed over my question by saying the creative process takes over. Like, what? Because, okay, so I get it. I've played Factorio. I've played Minecraft. I've played these type of games. But as soon as the whatchamacallit, as soon as the intrinsic source of reward is only creativity, I'll play for like another half hour, right? And maybe this is a personal problem, right? Like maybe other people are like, I can play a creative game forever, but like for me, that source of drive is going to dry up, unless it's like a multiplayer game and I'm building something with people, in which case it's more of like a social drive. But my experience is that people are playing Factorio single player for like hundreds of hours, and that just makes me wonder why. What depletes your resources is your pollution. Huh. Interesting. Okay, so there's a couple lines this turn. We could just like Eruption, Strike, Bowling Dash, and just go in. That would do 11 plus 16 is 27, plus 18 is 45. That's a lot of damage. It would leave him down to 22. This only does 18 damage next turn, so we're unlikely to get 22 damage unless this last card is also a strike. Other thing we could do is Vigilance Eruption stuff. It's basically the same thing, but we block for 8 and he gets 3 strength. Yeah, I didn't find the I'm not a Factorio player, so maybe I'm not the target audience. Maybe it didn't like hook me quite right, but like I don't find the enemies keep attacking you harder and harder type of challenge, like survival thing, to be very compelling. It is interesting that you framed it in terms of bullet economy, because that does seem like you need to produce this many bullets per second to defend this much territory. That does seem like a very Factorio sort of equation. That sounds fun. I think we just go in and hope we draw a strike next turn. And use the block bot. Do we get a strike? Nope. Okay, so we're probably going to meditate to prevent him from doing double damage. Oh wait, this is lethal. Wow. Okay. I did my math wrong, and in a way that helped me significantly. There's a Tantrum. Tantrum's super good. Hey, Silent L of D. Thanks for the follow. Saw you around in the chat yesterday. Thanks for coming back. The key is putting tools for people to play with their play and find the answers themselves. I think the problem is not finding the answers. I think the problem is finding the questions, right? People need like a problem to solve to drive them forward, and it seems like Factorio has a great source of answers, right? It's got lots of, you could build out your little machine and do all kinds of fun stuff. But the question that it asks you, which is like, you need to survive the aliens and you need to eventually get up to a rocket. I don't find the ever ascending waves of incoming aliens to be very compelling. And B, the rocket launch seems like it's only fun once. I don't know. I mean, it's a game, right? Like, people are going to find their own fun in it. Exactly. The rocket and the aliens are not the drivers, but like, there needs to be something, right? You need to be thinking like, I want to get to this part of the tech tree, or like, I want to do this thing I've never done before, or I want to like go and get that resource. And it's still not entirely clear to me what those drivers are. Darn, yeah. How did your Ironclads die, Silent LFD? I think we're taking a Tantrum, right? Tantrum's never a mistake. What is a mistake is failing to exercise. I think there's a problem with your thinking, Silent LFD. Your deck starts with a win condition. You can't not have a win condition because strikes are a win condition. You win by reducing the enemy's health to 0, right? You don't need to have a combo. And like, you can have combos and they do help you, but if you restrict yourself to only trying to play like, I need to have like orange pellets and flex, or I need to have like Dead Branch Corruption, then like then I think you'll end up hurting yourself in the long run. You just need to focus on like, how are you killing people? Man, I'm interested to hear your thoughts first, Dane, but I don't know how to get them in a way that's not text. I think we just eruption on, let's see, which one? I think I'll do the Laos first. There is a little bit of danger in failing to kill the cultist before he scales up a bunch. My volume is low today. I think it's pretty normal. Yeah, I'm in the right range for my OBS settings. I'm not sure. Is anybody else experiencing low volume today? Okay, can we ever get lethal here? So we can do Eruption, Tantrum. So this does 9, this does 18, so 27 plus 12. 27 plus 12 is 39. It's not enough to kill a cultist. I guess plus the 8 as well, so 47. Still not enough. And then we would end up taking 24 damage in return. Ouch. So probably want to go into Wrath and then back into Calm. So either one of these puts us up to 4 energy, down to 3 the pressure points, and then Calm. Seems reasonable. Okay, so let's kill you, tantrum you, pressure points you. Cool. Okay. Maybe pressure points was wrong there. I'm used to relying on pressure points to get damage, but I think it was less damage there, and it actually cost us lethal here. Okay, so we have to wall up for block because we missed lethal. Fasting is interesting. It is completely not compatible with pressure points. It doesn't interact with pressure points in any way. But we have wall up as well. With some stance changing. It's very good with Tantrum. We don't have any way to remove the debuff. We don't have any extra energy. I guess we have Lantern technically. We could pick it and then just look for a Deva form or an orange pellets or a Clockwork Souvenir. That doesn't seem very reliable. We do have a lot of stance changing. Stance changing is a way you can alleviate the mana pressure created by fasting, but we don't have enough stance changing to make that reliable. Signature move is definitely something we could do. Especially if we're planning on picking a bunch of pressure points, because pressure points are not attacks, so you can use signature move while having pressure points in your hand. I think we're just going to skip this whole pick, though. Worship has good beta art. Let's leave that alone. Dead Branch. Yeah, we're just going to skip this. Okay. Sentries, a fight where pressure points is almost useless. We can Tantrum, Wall Up, and Meditate, which is great. So let's do that. I think if you are worshipping anything other than Dead Branch, that's actually illegal. Aha, we found Bowling Bash. Can we kill the front sentry this turn? We could Eruption the back one to death. Oh wait, we don't want to do that. We could Eruption the front one and then Bowling Bash him for 14 times 3. 14 times 3 is 42 damage. Hell yeah, we can kill him. And then we strike the back one, strike plus the middle one. We could end up taking 20, but we get way ahead in the fight. I think that's probably worth it. Okay. Yeah, looks like this is probably lethal too. Yep. Sweet. Is that a perfect sentries? I think that it was. Perseverance could be nice. Be our first block card other than Wallop. Perseverance is good with an Establishment. Establishment is something we are looking to pick up because we have a Meditate. So it's a nice little cross synergy. They don't directly synergize, but you know, you can get there. Up against Hexaghost. Hexaghost does tend to have some big attack turns that you can build up towards with the Perseverance. We have an upgrade coming up. What are we upgrading? Probably pressure points. I wish this was a protect. Protect would be way better. And it kind of takes the same slot as protect, so maybe we shouldn't take it. Maybe we should just wait for a protect. But sometimes you end up waiting your whole life for a protect and dying, so... Okay, we'll take perseverance. Alright, let's take the pressure points. As promised. Go fight some hard pool fights. Alright, wall that blocks out. A couple of strikes, get some damage. Vigilance Defend blocks out here. That's all of our energy if we want to do that. Okay. We can Eruption for positive energy. And then we're going to end the turn with Meditate. I think we have lethal next turn. So we're just going to try and take as little as we can this turn. Which is 3. Okay. Firepot. There's the protect. Well, shoot. I guess we could have waited for it a little bit. Flurry of Blows, also totally an option, since we have some stance changing. Protect is a real great card, though. I think I'm actually going to take Mental Fortress. Yeah, well, I have an exercise channel points reward to try and get myself into shape. And, you know, I'm always trying to get my backlog down. Currently at 7. Yeah, actually pretty excited by that Mental Fortress. We have a lot of stance changing with the Tantrum, Eruption plus Vigilance and Meditate. Let's do that. Aha. I mentioned the exercise channel points reward out loud, so somebody redeemed it immediately. We can pressure point somebody and then strike them to kill them. That does 17 damage, so it kills anybody. And then wall up the remaining guy. Or this guy, actually. Sure. Alright, we get to strike him to death and meditate on the nature of pressure points. Alright. Empty Fist seems like it goes along with the stance changing stuff we're doing. Mental Fortress, all the thingies. Consecrate could be nice too, but we're going into the boss fight, so we don't really need AoE. I'm gonna go do something other than arms, because my arms are getting tired. Great. Do we have enough damage? Pressure point stacks up pretty quickly. So maybe we don't need the damage from Empty Fist. Empty Fist is kind of just block, though. Like it Mental Fortress blocks and it gets us out of Wrath, which ends up blocking for a lot. I think I'll take it. I'm not super excited about it, but it's worth taking, I think. Alright, clearly taking an upgrade. Got a lot of health. And before the gaming chair sponsors put an end to this exercise. Oh, sure. I mean, I have a standing desk, so it would have to be a really tall gaming chair. Maybe Mental Fortress gets the upgrade? Meditate, though. Meditate and Tantrum both have really good upgrades. So does Empty Fist, to be honest. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with Meditate and hope that we eventually get a second pressure points so we can get 2 back at the same time. Or, you know, Establishment. Ooh, can I really go into Wrath for turn 2? Seems so dangerous. I guess there's 3 ways to get out. Vigilance, Empty Fist, and Meditate. We're pretty likely to get one. We could just straight up die next turn, though. How much is he hitting us for? We're past the 48 breakpoint. So he's hitting us for 6 times 6. So it's like 36 normally, 72 if we're in Wrath mode. That sounds like us dying. We've got 3 outs. We're drawing 5 out of 13. So we're drawing like somewhat less than half. We're drawing like 40% of the deck. We would expect to draw, on average, slightly more than 1 out. But we could definitely miss. I don't know. I don't like missing and losing the game, though. But I also think we're just too slow if we don't do anything this turn, so let's go. I guess we make our odds even worse by playing Tantrum. Okay, we got an exit. I guess we're skipping pressure points. He's hitting us for 30. Can we afford to skip pressure points? We're getting our Centennial Puzzle procced this turn. So next turn is probably the Blessing of the Forge, and we're probably drawing Meditate. So if we take 26 damage, we go down to 27. I think we actually have to pressure points. This fight's always a race, and I don't want to lose the race. That pressure points is going to end up doing like 80 damage. Alright, we're going to end the turn with Meditate. We want to get back probably like pressure points and Wall Up. We'll play Tantrum this turn, so we'll be guaranteed to draw Tantrum. So we'll be able to like Tantrum, Wall Up, pressure points. So I think we're just gonna Tantrum, Defend, Meditate. Take 1. Oh, we're not taking 1 because of the thing. Mental Fortress. Okay, we have a Wrath Enter and a Calm Enter. Seems good. I want to play Wall Up, but I don't think we can afford it. Because we need to play pressure points. Looks like we're way ahead. So maybe I could have not taken that first 23 damage. It's kind of in retrospect, though. Sure. Okay. Oh wait, that's not lethal. Okay. Conjureblade, Devotion, Vault. Yes, the boot carried us. Did a very meaningful amount of damage. I'm gonna go to the bathroom and be right back. As frequent viewers will know, I am a disciple of the ancient art of clickbait. I just saw a clickbait article titled, SpaceX is trying to launch satellites today. Here's how to watch live, right? And it's just like, why would people be tuning in for their first like SpaceX launch if on just like a random Starlink mission? It's not even like a Falcon Heavy or anything. Like, it's just like totally normal stuff. We should have played Tantrum before Eruption on turn 1. 15 plus 18 versus 9 plus 18. Oh yeah, because boot. You're correct. Shit. Oh my goodness. I made a math mistake. Enabled by boot. Devotion adds an interesting dimension to the deck. It's a little wrinkle. We've got too much stance changing to be a Divinity deck, really, though. We do have Mental Fortress. Going into Divinity doesn't aid pressure points in any way, so probably not looking at Devotion. Vault is nice. Vault helps us, not block on bad turns and gets us back to our pressure points faster. It's kind of like drawing 5 cards. Conjureblade is kind of a new damage scaling vector, which is not really something we're looking for. We've got existing damage scaling, so I think Conjureblade is probably unwelcome, in addition to the fact that we don't really have any energy manipulation. We don't have any Deva form or anything like that, so I think Conjureblade is probably just not viable. Although we do have Lantern, and we could get like we're likely to get an energy relic in just a second, so. But I think we're just gonna skip this. All right. Violet Lotus is excellent if you're changing stances a lot, so that attracts my attention right away. We've got a Meditate, Vigilance, And those are our only ways of entering Calm. But we're playing the Meditate a lot. We're playing the Meditate pretty much every time we see it. So that's really nice. Runic Dome makes the run much more challenging. But it gives you extra energy, so it's nice. Runic Dome is at its best when you're generating a lot of passive block. And we do generate some passive block. I would consider the stance change block from Mental Fortress to be passive block. But Perseverance hates Runic Dome. Perseverance, like, you never know when to play it because you can't see what they're going to do, so probably not a Runic Dome run. And I think Slaver's Collar just gets outpaced by Violet Lotus. So I think Violet Lotus is the clear winner here. Champ. Okay. Well, Champ is going to be a challenge for Pressure Points. Pressure Points is a little bit like Poison, in that you like stack it up, and whenever somebody like splits or like purges their debuffs, you kind of have to start over. The difference between Pressure Points and Poison is there's no catalyst for Mark. So you kind of just have to, I don't know, win before they do their split thing, which is a bit of a challenge. There is a 4 elite line here on the left, which gets us to a shop before the first elite, which is those are all good things. The bad thing is we have to fight 4 hallway fights to get there, and the first fire is after 2 elites, so that seems hard. I've definitely had Runic Dome heart kills before. Runic Dome is great. I just don't think it was the correct choice here, just because Violet Lotus is so good, though. Actually, all of these early paths are really difficult. In Act 2, we want question marks, and because we have so much gold, we want a shop too. And it's really difficult to get those 2 things here. I think probably we'll end up fighting this elite first, maybe going for this line or that one. Probably this one. Actually, no, maybe this one, because the question marks, it can be apparitions, so we kind of want to like spend all of our health so that apparitions doesn't take current health. And then maybe fight these guys later. But that doesn't get a shop. I think I'd rather get a shop than a question mark, so like, why not go this way? Yeah, I guess there's that 2 question mark path too, huh? That's probably the best path. If we feel really strong, we can go to a shop and then a mega elite too. It's pretty unlikely to happen. Yeah, this is the only way to get 3 fights, so we should probably do it. Get the extra question mark. Okay. To birds. Bowling Bash is great here. We can use Bowling Bash to knock somebody down. I think we're actually going to knock down one of the ones who's attacking, despite the fact that the one who's buffing is actually the biggest threat. Because we can pressure point the one who's buffing. Strategically taking 1 damage, proccing the Centennial Puzzle. We have Wrath enters, but no Meditate. Hey, somebody used Pressure Point, the Spire info bot, yay! Okay, so we can Tantrum Empty Fist one of the birds down. And if we do that, we generate 8 block. Sorry, I'm not judging you, Fatality. I'm just just celebrating the fact that that bot got used. If we're gonna knock a bird down, there's probably this back bird. I guess we could just kill that back bird with a firepower right now, and then knock this bird down. I don't hate that. Also, Tantrum is going to boot here, so we're going to end up doing 15 damage. It does seem like a bit of a waste to use a fire pot, though. Our first elite is not for quite a while, though, so we're going to have to use potions at some point. Oops, I was supposed to Mental Fortress before that. I think it actually doesn't matter. Ladies and gentlemen of the audience, we got him. Second Meditate. I think I do want like 2 Meditates and 4 pressure points is like my ideal pressure points setup. It's up against Wallop Plus. Yeah, Rushdown absolutely would be viable. I think Rushdown would be pretty good. Yeah, given that we have a Tantrum kind of gives us like unlimited Wrath Enters, so like any Calm Enter is pretty good, and Meditate I think is probably the best Calm Enter. There is a slight problem. Or a 19 card deck is not quite big enough for 2 Meditates. I would be more comfortable if it were like a 24 card deck, just because like if you draw the 2 Meditates in the same hand, that's really bad. That's sort of the main concern with picking a second Meditate. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Okay. Well, this is a bad start. I guess I'll just do those things. I don't know. Take 11. Ouch. Tantrum Wallop does some stuff. I guess we can Vigilance Tantrum Wallop. That does leave us in Wrath mode, though. I guess we could Vigilance Tantrum Meditate with a Strike. Or Defend. Actually, yeah, Vigilance... I guess Vigilance Defend only blocks for 9. Okay, well, I'll at least take the Tantrum back. Oh, right, that's the first time we procced Violet Lotus. I forgot I was getting 3 energy. So we can't actually Wallop here. Wallop and Meditate. Okay. So we can like Eruption, we can Mental Fortress, Eruption, Tantrum, and like Pressure Points, Meditate. Let's see, how much is that blocking for? We're changing stances twice, that's 8, so we probably want to defend in there too. The other card doesn't matter because Pressure Points is lethal. Okay. Flurry of Blows, we're changing stances quite a bit. We don't have any actual payoff for Flurry of Blows, though. We don't have, like, a Kunai, Shuriken. We don't have Talk to the Hand. We don't have, like, Strength Scaling or anything. So I think I actually don't want Flurry of Blows. I think that's the kind of junk we added to the deck last time that ended up causing us to lose. It's bad against Time Lord. It's bad against the Heart. It doesn't particularly win us hallway fights. It is upgraded, though. We're just skipping all these. Yeah. Ooh, exercise. Oh crap, I said it out loud. They're not measured in kilograms, they're measured in pounds. So it'd be like 9-ish kilos, I believe. They're measured at 20 pounds. They're not heavy, but they're... If you do a lot of reps, you can get somewhere with them. Okay. If I could just triple defend strike is probably the line here. Which is a little bit sad. Yeah, I like them because 20 pounds isn't like a lot, but it's enough that you can do easy exercises like this, or you can do like harder exercises like that, or like that, right? Like there's a lot of different stuff you can do. And if it's only 20 pounds, then you're unlikely to injure it, even if you're doing something that's inherently fairly difficult. But it weighs enough that, like, even if you're doing an easy exercise like a curl, if you do a lot of reps, you can make some progress. I do 10 per hand, so 20 total, or at least that's my goal. Sometimes I lose count. I just do a couple. Yeah, triple defend strike seems like the only real option here. This might be our Bottled Miracle. Got some energy economy problems this turn. I want to pressure points meditate, but I also want to wall up. And, I don't know, bowling bash. So if we're only blocking with wall up, and we're killing Fungi Beast, then he's going to hit for 10 times 2? Yeah. So he's going to hit for 20. We're going to block for 9. It's not much. Also, 9 plus 14 is not enough. Oh yeah, it is. It's 23. Of course it's enough. We could use the Blessing of Forge 2 to make this block for 12. And then we get to meditate back an extra card. Get the Tantrum back. I guess we could Vigilance Perseverance and then like Bottled Miracle out the Bowling Bash Strike and still kill Fungi Beast, but instead block for 9, take 11. No, Wall Up is just better. Actually, if we use both of these, we get a bunch extra energy. So we can use both of these and keep a Miracle Plus. It's kind of fun. Okay. Maybe we should have taken, like a Tantrum Wall Up or something. Okay, Mental Fortress is going to generate a bunch of block. What I like about Mental Fortress is it doesn't care about Frail. Okay, that should be lethal. And we're at exactly half, so our meat on the bone goes off. Oh wait, no meat on the bone. Daviform, huh? Not gonna lie, Daviform would be pretty good. That would let us change stances a lot of times per turn. Good, so Cut Through Fates. Kind of a different deck, but seems like we should be open to that. It's a bit of a speculative Daviform, but I think we'll try it. Oh, oops, we're supposed to do exercise because we just got a cardboard. Do we read the book? Powers are okay. Some of the powers are not great. Some of the powers are like gain block whenever you scry, or like fasting, which gives us less energy, although maybe that's okay with Deva form now. Some of the Watcher powers are a bit meh. And then choosing a random card is always good, and we do have Wall Up, so the multi-attack one is good. Just the one Wall Up though. That's the only target. I think we actually leave this one. It costs a lot of health, and we need to go fight an elite in a second. And I think we die if we read it. It's a pretty cheap relic. I'll take that. Ooh, Singing Bowl. Neat. Alright, here's what we should have saved the fire pot for, or could have, I suppose. Okay, I'll take both strikes back, please. Looks like an empty frame to play Deva form. So I guess I'll do that? Yeah. Oh wait, we can Empty Fist and get some extra energy. And use that energy to kill Shield Gremlin, maybe? Yep, cool. Two fat gremlins. Doesn't seem like we can block them. I mean, it doesn't seem like we can kill them. I think fat gremlins are dangerous enough to warrant a pressure points here. I guess I could Eruption double defend to kill one. Pressure points Eruption on the same one. Yeah, okay. Wait, do we have a stance exit next turn? We do. Meditate. Okay. Oh boy. 32 damage. Can we... Does this kill this guy? 12 times 3? No, it does not. Or, sorry, 12. Ends up doing 5. So we could Tantrip strike him to death. And then, like, double defend meditate? Or defend perseverance meditate? I think that's our best shot. That's correct. Strike first does get lethal. Well, I think either one gets lethal. Yeah, either one does get lethal. Doesn't matter. Alright, we're alive, quote unquote. We need to get some damage fast. But we are getting damage fast, so maybe we'll get there. Okay, we got there. Gira, time to get strong. There's another pressure points. Flurry of Blows, now that we do have some strength scaling, is slightly better, but pressure points is like absolutely required for the deck to function, so let's take that. Oh man, I missed the card order, that's a good point. Okay. Which card do we want to transform? Yeah, obviously strike, sorry. It's kind of a joke question. Just had to pause the stream somewhere, so. Let's transform that strike, see what we get. Wheel kick, huh? Okay. I was planning on going to the shop. I guess this is safe. Shop to fire. But we could go to 2 fires. Potentially rest and Gira. I think it would probably end up being rest and rest. I think we're looking for a waffle. Waffle would be really nice right now. Give me that waffle. Nope. We could bottle a tantrum. Rushdown is here. With a wheel kick and a rushdown, we are all of a sudden drawing really fast, which is great with our Deva form. We could question card with our singing bowl. Oh wait, no, that's not. I thought this was prayer wheel. Not quite. Got really excited for a second. It seems really sad to mirror pressure points. But I think that is probably what we're doing. The pressure points plus. We could alternately mirror the Deva form. We're less likely to run into another Deva form, and it seems like we're building towards depending on it pretty hard. My wife is convinced we have corona, and part of the reason is that like on Monday's stream I was like sweating and then like looking at my thermostat and being like, oh no, it's only 72 in here. There's no way for me to be sweating. And I just realized it's because I'm exercising, idiot. Duh, of course you're sweating. So, okay, so if we Dolly's Mirror, Rushdown, and Card Remove, that spends 171, 254, 329. If we spend 329, we still have 100 and some left, 117. What else do we want to do here? We could take a second wheel kick. It's on sale. Second wheel kick and a potion. It's a pretty decent way to end out the store. Yeah, I'm not crazy about bottling my tantrum. We've got enough tantrums going on. Okay, I think I like that store. Assuming there is an actual good card to remove. What are we removing? Is it a defend? Is it the bowling bash? I think bowling bash is still better than a strike plus. Maybe it's a strike plus. Maybe it's the wallop? No, that's gotta be wrong. Yeah, I think it's going to be a strike plus. Okay. Alright, is it going to be Deva form or pressure points? We have to decide now. I think pressure points is more necessary to like win fights. We've got the one copy of Deva form. And that's kind of all you need. You don't need to play 2 of them. Okay, pretty productive store. Feel quite a bit stronger now. A frozen egg, huh? Could be useful. Kind of hard to say. Obviously we're resting here. And then hoping we survive the elite. It's Book of Stabbing. Probably not our best case scenario elite. Taking 24 right off the bat I think is not something we want to do. So let's power pot and see if we can find a way out of it. Nope. Goodness, these are bad. I think if I were going to pick the 3 worst Watcher powers, these would be them. Master Reality and Nirvana's Study. Yikes. Actually, Book of Stabbing is definitely the best case scenario sometimes. I think primarily when you're playing Ironclad and you have Disarms, it's pretty good. Or if you're playing Silent and you have Piercing Wails. Yeah, I think Study is clearly the best here because we literally have nothing that scries or generates a card. These are both just totally blank. Fine. You win, Study. Good job. Maybe Wheel Kick finds us something else to do. That means we don't die. Nope. Alright, we need to block for 21 or near it. Probably want to end with Meditate. We can Vigilance Eruption for 0 energy that generates 3 block and puts us in Wrath mode. The problem is we can't Mental Fortress and then Vigilance Eruption. We could Vigilance Eruption and then Mental Fortress, Empty Fist, Meditate. Which would generate 8 block and we would die. Oh wait, no, 16 block total, so we would survive. We take 5 and go to 4. Boy. I guess that's it, right? I don't see a better line. Okay. There's that Deva form. Double pressure points is not lethal. We don't have any way to block for 20. We can almost block for 20. Actually, yeah, if we triple block, we almost get there. So we only take 1? No, we take 5 and die. Cool. Other elites are very dangerous. Slavers is much more dangerous than Book of Stabbing, I would say frequently. I would say Slavers is nearly always the worst case scenario. Usually Gremlin Leader is easiest. But sometimes Gremlin Leader is worse than Book of Stabbing if you don't have any AoE. Book of Stabbing is the only single target Act 2 boss fight, so if your deck is highly focused on single target, Book of Stabbing is frequently the best case scenario. As well as most of his damage comes from multi-attacks, so if you're specifically good against multi-attacks, you're good against Book of Stabbing. Yeah, but it looks like we're dead here. Okay, well. We tried, we failed. It's sort of interesting. We got offered a floor 1 pressure points, so we kind of went down the rabbit hole there. Yeah, I don't know what to say about this one. We ended up taking a speculative Diva form a couple floors ago and then like radically changed the deck to be like a Diva form combo deck where we're trying to wheel kick and rush down. And it seems like that didn't really work. I think that maybe the deck would have worked better if we just like didn't have any cards after this meditate, except for the pressure points. I still don't know if we would have killed the Book of Stabbing. We just didn't have any scaling block. We were really leaning on that Mental Fortress, the unupgraded Mental Fortress. And we didn't have enough Call Mentors to really pull it off. We didn't get offered any Call Mentors other than these Meditates. And Meditates are great, don't get me wrong. I'm happy to have the Meditates, but I think we needed some inner calms or something. Also, we picked pressure points, so that naturally puts us behind. It's worth trying, though. One day we'll get it to work.